Hello and welcome to the Google Certified Educator Level 1 training course. And in this course, I'm going to go over all 13 different units from the Google Fundamentals training, which is found on the Google website. And we'll start with Unit 1. I've created 13 videos going all over. It'll go over the review questions. I'll have screencasts, I'll have whiteboard animations, I'll have infographics, I'll have graphic organizers, I'll have everything as we go through all these units. So let's start with Unit 1. Oh, and just a quick heads up, if you want to get this PowerPoint, you can click the link below to download the PowerPoint, but it is found at my Teachers Pay Teachers store. So let's go right now to Unit 1. It says get ready to use technology in the classroom. And if you see, Unit 1 is broken down into 4 different sections. The first section is to explore the benefits of a digital classroom. A second section is get familiar with Google tools for the digital class. Third section, create a safe, responsible digital digital citizens. And the last section is think beyond the textbook. So let's go into the first section here. And the first thing you can do is you can watch this 20-minute video that I've created. This video is a summary of everything that everything that's covered in Unit 1. Okay, it's found on my YouTube channel, but I've also embedded it into this PowerPoint presentation. But if you go on my YouTube channel, you can find it. So I'm going to skip this because you can watch it whenever you feel like. But I do recommend you watching this video. It's a great summary. So let's begin with getting started with technology. Now, we know students must learn reading, math, science. They have to learn that. However, as teachers, we still have a responsibility to prepare them for 21st century workplace skills. And the Google Fundamentals training focuses on what they call the 4 C's. And you see it underlined right here: critical thinking, communication, collaboration, and creativity. Okay, so that's what technology can do for students. Remember, technology can help support the classroom be more like a real-world environment. So here are your 4 C's: critical thinking, creativity, communication, and collaboration. Now, what's the impact of technology? Now, here are several ways that technology will affect our lives. You use smartphones to check your emails, and these are ways that maybe 15, 20 years ago technology didn't impact our lives, but now it does. You can listen to podcasts as you do a workout, or you just go jogging or something. You can learn anything you want on YouTube. Email has replaced letters, and using phones, you can use phones to take pictures instead of taking notes. Some words of wisdom. So what are some benefits of the digital classroom? Well, one, it helps prepare students for a globally connected, technology-rich world. Students can work together in peer collaboration. Students are given a voice and a platform with this digital classroom. And teachers can personalize education and give students direct digital feedback. How has technology affected student learning? Well, years ago, it was important for students to memorize facts and to know dates, whereas today there's no need for students to memorize anything. They can go on the internet and find the answer to almost anything they want on their own. It takes away the necessity of having students memorize and reciting information back. Technology has also given access to people. Okay, one way is to use Google Hangouts, which is a video conferencing tool. I'll go over in Unit 4. And you can video conference with an expert, and it's really easy to connect. Lastly, technology should support, not replace teachers. That's a big theme here with Unit 1. Technology is here to support, not replace teachers. Digital classroom goals. Here are some goals by a couple different educators. Use less paper in the classroom. Nobody wants to spend their time at the copying machine. You can use Google Docs so students can collaborate online. Students get more ownership. One goal of a teacher is to make a video on how to solve a problem themselves, or have students make the video. And even consider digital portfolios. You can have a digital portfolio as a Google site or a Google blog. All right, so what are some benefits to the digital classroom? 1 is collaboration. 2 is resources. And 3 is teachers become facilitators of learning. Okay, let the technology do the work for you. Here's a quick infographic from that whiteboard animation that I encourage you to watch. It's very important. It will really help you with this Google Certified Educator exam. And the exam is difficult. So question 1 from the lesson check. Which of the following has had a large impact on education now that the internet is so easily accessible? What has had a large impact? Okay, remember, the role of rote learning has decreased as students have instant access to knowledge. Okay, they don't have to just memorize facts. All the information is out there for them. How does technology help cater to individual student needs? Well, resources can be personalized. I've mentioned that. Teachers can offer digital feedback, and students can take ownership of their learning. Choose the statement that best reflects what we know about technology, teaching, and learning. Best statement. Technology is a tool to support teachers. Remember, it's not here to replace them. It's here to support teachers to increase student learning. Which of the following describes a digital classroom? So which of these describes a digital classroom? It's a place where teachers are facilitators of learning. Students use technology to collaborate and communicate. Those are part of the four C's, right? A place where students have access to online resources. The resources are out there for them online. They just have to find them, and you as a teacher, you have to sort of teach them how to find it, and you got to find resources for yourself as well. So here we are in section 2. Get familiar with digital tools. Okay, there's a large variety of Google tools out there. Now, whenever you log on your Google account, all these tools are integrated, and you're able to share them within your Google Drive. And as we go forward in this boot camp, you're gonna see how easy everything's connected. Now, G Suite for Education is a set of tools for educators and students. And here are the four important facts. Right, they're free. There's no ads. G Suite for Education tools are reliable and secure. Okay. Now, one of the main tools is Google Classroom. That's Unit 7. And the main thing to know about Google Classroom is it's here to streamline the classroom experience. It's to make everything easy, very smooth. You don't lose papers. Google Drive is your online hard drive. You're going to save everything there. Forget about flash drives. You can store almost any type of file you can think of imaginable. And oh yeah, don't forget it works offline. And Google Drive, when you have G Suite for Education, if your district or your school has G Suite for Education and you have Google Drive within that G Suite, you get unlimited storage. If you're not G Suite for Education school, you're just a regular person getting Google Drive, I think you get 15 gigs. Yeah, about 15 gigs. Okay, so here are some G Suite tools. These 5 tools here are G Suite tools, and they're for collaboration. Google Docs, now that's like your Word document. Okay, it's for smart editing. Google Sheets, that's like Excel. Okay, and it's a spreadsheet for analyzing. Google Sheets is for analyzing and charting data. Forms is to survey and collect information. Slides is like your PowerPoint. It's to present information in an engaging way. This is a Google slide you're looking at right now. And Google Drawings are for like flow charts, graphics, if you want to make a logo. Okay, these tools are here to save time and increase engagement. Gmail is going to save you time because they create different like priority inboxes, all different ways to make you an efficient email reader. Unit 4. Google Calendar is great for scheduling appointments. That's going to save you time, keep you more organized. Google Hangouts, that's live video conferencing and messaging. They have instant messaging. Google Sites, you can publish a website. And Google Groups is just a communication with a large group of people. Okay, these tools are outside of G Suite. Okay, they're not part of the G Suite of the previous 10 we just went over. So that's Chrome. Google Chrome is for internet browsing. Google Plus is like your Facebook. It's social networking. Remember, Google Plus is social networking. YouTube obviously is for videos. Google Maps and Earth, that's for interactive maps and satellite imagery. Google Earth is a lot of fun. We'll do that Unit 10. And Blogger, that's just for publishing blogs, which makes sense. Okay, I'll give you a second here just to consider this. Match 1 to 7. You get a drink of water. Okay. Chrome is used for web browsing. Docs for smart editing. YouTube, obviously, videos. Hangouts for communicating. Forms for surveys and quizzes. Google Drive is your online storage. And Sites, online information, right, to publish information online. Okay, now there's all these tools out there. You got to select the right tool. When you want to select the right tool, consider these 2 factors. Very important. First one's the learning goal, and that's the first one. Okay, know that the learning goal comes first because we still have to teach our content. And then the second factor is understanding the tool. So once you have these 2 things, the learning goal and basic knowledge, then you can choose the right tool. So what are the driving factors I just said? What did I just say? First factor is the lesson objective or learning goal. Same thing basically. and having a knowledge of the tool. So let me, you know, sort of, you know, briefly introduce some of these tools if you have no idea. Remember, Google Classroom to streamline the learning experience, right? To streamline the classroom experience. So you can create and collect assignments, make copies of a Google Doc for every student and send them out. You can provide direct real-time feedback, and you can even enter grades in Google Classroom. Google Docs, what's great, it's like your Word document, but multiple students can edit the document at the same time. You can add permissions and allow some students to comment, some students, to suggest edits. They can reply, resolve, accept, reject suggestions, comment back to each other. It's really great for collaboration. Google Docs is our collaboration tool. Google Forms, right? What did I say? This is to gather information. Now, Google Forms, you can create a variety of different questions to gather information. All responses from forms are automatically collected in a Google Sheet, which is great because then you can easily analyze that data. Easily analyze. And as we go forward with forms, remember Google Forms can always do anonymous surveys, which is very helpful in education. Google Slides, that's what you're looking at right now. Okay, what you're looking at right now is a Google Slide. It's like your PowerPoint. You can organize information, can be shared in engaging and creative ways. You can add graphics. You see I have images. Students can. The best thing is that students can work on what you're looking at, the slide deck. Students can work on it simultaneously, okay, and make edits and different things. And you can embed videos like I've done here. And as we go forward, you'll see I've embedded a lot of important videos. And remember, YouTube. You can create playlists and save groups of videos, which is good for differentiated instruction. Maybe you want to have some basic math videos for kids that are lagging behind. And Google search, you got to teach kids how to find relevant, timely, high quality content online. You don't want them finding the garbage. You don't want them finding the fake news. They have to find what works. Okay, and here are just some examples of teachers getting creative, right? Have students work to build a Google site. Have students work together and build a Google site. You can create visual representations of a storyline in Google Drawings. And as a teacher, you can flip your classroom and send these YouTube videos out, to your students. Get them ready for the upcoming lesson. So this is a visual from the whiteboard animation. You really should watch that. Okay, when selecting a digital tool to integrate into your class, where do you start? What did I say? What do you start with first? The learning objective. Which app allows you to analyze data? Google Sheets analyzes data. Form collects data. Google Docs is like, your Word document everybody could work on, and Gmail's obviously email. If you wanted to create a custom logo for your blog, what could you use? Google Drawings, right? You could create different images yourself using shapes and things like that. Which is not an advantage of Google Tools. Not an advantage. It says, remember, not. So it says only available offline because that's not true. It's available online and offline. And the other advantages are unlimited storage, different tools, integrated login. All right, we're already on the third section here. Create safe, responsible digital citizens. Take a quick water break. Okay, respect and protect. Digital citizenship, you want to teach students to respect and protect. Now, at the school level, there should be policies, procedures, and a defined digital citizenship curriculum to guide all teachers, in your district. The two foundational components are one, respect, and the other, protect. And the three pillars of digital citizenship are copyright and fair use, that has to do with plagiarism and taking work from other people, online safety, and communicating in the right way. So what does respect mean? Proper communication. Be careful with cyberbullying, not to threaten, appropriate language. And, respect other people's property. You can't just steal somebody's work. Even if you're not making a profit off it, you can't use somebody else's work without acknowledging that it belongs to them. So have respect. Protect yourself with strong passwords. We're going to do a whole chapter on that. Not a whole section on that. Recognize scams. This comes up in Unit 13, which is really important. Even if you're not, that's just important for life. And staying private, if, if you don't want anybody to hear it, don't post it. If you don't want anybody to see it, don't post it, Okay, exploring digital citizenship. Okay, this is for your students, right? Teachers, as a teacher, first you got to model the right way for digital citizenship. You got to teach them what is copyright and fair use. Okay, know the usage rights. Some some pieces of information are free to use, free to modify, or free to share. There's six, seven, eight different things. When you click on that, we'll go into depth when you get to Unit 9. Conduct practice activities in Google Hangouts. And what Google Hangouts is like chat communication, okay, kind of like text messaging, and keep an eye on them, make sure they're communicating the right way. You could actually do a lesson with that. And be safe online using incognito mode. That clears all your browser history. So anything you enter, or anything the information you enter, any history you have, is all deleted in incognito mode. Again, that comes up soon. Okay, so how should your school support you? Supporting you. There should be school-wide policies. Every school should have an acceptable use policy to guide adult and student behavior with the internet. There should also be a digital citizenship curriculum. Okay, as a teacher, hopefully your district is providing you with lessons that can be used for instruction and planning and teaching students how to behave in the digital world so that they don't get caught up in scams, so that they don't give out their password, so that they're not stealing information. There should be a curriculum. Foster positive communications. Students need to feel comfortable and safe talking to each other, and you should develop relationships with your students. One thing as we go forward, we'll learn about teen panels is a great way to discuss and students to build relationships with themselves and with you, the teacher. Now, just consider the following. You really don't. Yeah, I'm going to skip this one. Okay, so here's another infographic from the whiteboard animation. This whole thing comes to life to you in the video. Okay, Hangouts can help students practice good online communication. Is that true? Absolutely. What can all teachers do in their classroom to help shape responsible students? They can show them how to create strong passwords, provide opportunities for students to practice good behavior, create a safe environment for talking about digital citizenship, and integrate digital citizenship lessons in the class. Okay? So all of these things can help shape responsible digital citizens as your students. Okay, all four of these things: strong passwords, practicing good behavior, talking about digital citizenship, and actually doing lessons in the classroom. Okay, building what helps students cope better when faced with challenges online. Building resilience, right? Resilience is important because you can't always protect them. So when they encounter a cyber bully, they have to be able to deal with it. You can teach them just to block them, report it to an adult. Again, remember this is unit 1. So all this is just a very brief. This is just an introduction. We get into depth in all of these in the upcoming units. How can image search be used to teach good online behavior? Filter by usage rights. Okay, remember, is it free to use, free to modify, free to share, etc., and so forth. All right, here we are. Fourth section. Think beyond the textbook. Enhance curriculum with technology. Okay, so textbooks aren't going away, but you could still augment your textbooks by adding technology to them. Okay, textbooks are viewed by students as very boring, but you can add use technology to engage students with your curriculum. So technology can be a great supplement to textbook-based lessons. Okay, textbooks, they really don't keep up with current events, and with technology, you can provide links and let students know what's going on with current events, especially history. English classes, they're not going to want to write everything that's in the they're not going to want to write about everything that's in the textbook. They want to talk about what's going on in the real world. So extend your textbook. Use a Google search and try to find some resources. For example, on political uprisings, let's say something really interesting in the news happens. Provide your students with videos, tweets, citizen reports. YouTube channels have creators making a lot of educational content. Subscribe to that channel. You can always get that out to your students. And you remember, you can flip these videos. Use Google Form. Flip these videos and send them out to your students. Let them watch, and then send them a Google Form, which is like a quiz or a survey to find out if they're really getting what you're sending them. Here are some ideas for thinking beyond the textbook. Use non-traditional text. One example is online. You might find a story arc for Kung Fu Panda. Have students make comparisons between textbook chapters and Wikipedia entries. Again, these are just suggestions. Have students collaboratively build a study guide, or have them collaboratively build a Google site. Okay, all thinking beyond the textbook. Beyond the textbook. So, what do we know about textbooks? They lack current events. They are out of date very quickly. They're not interactive, no links, no videos. And they're very cumbersome. They're very, very heavy, right? You see sometimes a sixth grade kid with the book bag with 7 or 8 books, and you worry about them because it's so heavy. Here's the last infographic from the whiteboard animation. Just a quick review. And let's go to the lesson check. Which of the following are drawbacks to a textbook? What did we just talk about? They become out of date. They don't have interactive components. They don't have links to current events. And remember, they're very heavy too. Which tool allows a teacher to put together a collection of videos? YouTube playlist. One benefit of augmenting a course textbook with digital resources is what? It increases student engagement. In what ways could students become partners with their teacher to augment the textbook? So how can students work with teachers to augment their textbook? They could help build a Google site of current events and link that to the curriculum. The students could suggest YouTube videos that connect to the content. And they could generate online flashcards and study guides with links to external content, and link that to the curriculum. All right, so Unit 1, check. So I think there's 8 questions here. Excuse me. Your learning objective is to get students to understand the concept of projection when speaking. Where can you find video resources from professional speakers? YouTube, right? Very easy. All right, so Mrs. Jones is a 7th grade teacher. So she wants her students to be safe and secure. They go to the lab and they do a lot of web browsing on sites and they gather links and on a shared doc, on a Google Doc. They add notes and comment to each other. They work together. They add new resources. Which of the following contemporary skills is Mrs. Jones developing in her students? What skills based on the scenario given? Communication, right? Because they're going back and forth on the Google Doc. They're commenting and collaboration. They're both working together, right? They're gathering, students. They add their own notes, but they're working it on the same document. What are the ways students can ensure that information is not saved in Google Chrome? So if you don't want anything saved, right, you want to clear all your browser history. How do you do that? You use incognito, right? Incognito mode or an incognito window, which is actually what clears their browser history for you. And I'll show you how to do that in Unit 9. I'll show you how to clear browser. Actually, that might be a little bit earlier. All right, so which tools are part of G Suite for Education? There were 10 that I talked about, right? And 5 weren't. Sites were part of G Suite. Google Drive was. YouTube and Chrome, no. When trying to select the right tool to integrate into your class, what do you start with first, right? What did I say? What do you start with first? The learning goal. Parents are looking for guidance on what to tell their children about being safe online. What are 2 simple tips, right? What did I talk about? What are the 2 foundational components? Respect yourself, keyword respect, and do everything to protect yourself, right? Respect and protect. Teach, parents, they should teach their kids online to respect everybody they talk to and protect themselves. What are some benefits of using online resources in the curriculum? Online resources are always updated, and they can be engaged to extend learning. And remember, they can be linked to other content. So you can link to one, to another link, to another link, and go on and on. Rather than just reading about a location in a textbook, what tool can help you really visualize a location and its impact on the world and history? Google Maps. We really didn't go over Google Maps, but you could just tell by the other ones that's the correct choice. All right, next will be Unit 2. I want you to know that I'm doing this pretty fast here, okay, because I want you to stay with me. And it's 13 units, so each video is going to be like 20 minutes. So, I'm trying to do this as fast as I can, and the information is summarized. Now, listen, with Unit 1, there was really no tasks. There were no products for me to really go over. As I go forward, I'll show you how to actually go into these products and create things and create a Google form and create a doc and, convert files and all this crazy stuff as we go forward. So that first unit was just an introduction. Don't forget, you could get this PowerPoint if you want by clicking the link below. Also, you'll find a link to my trainer site on the Google directory if you want me to do a boot camp and I'm in the area or whatever. All right, I'll see you at Unit 2.